Most of the time, lucid dreams happen when you wake up inside your dream. But wake-initiated lucid dreams, or wilds, are different. Wilds happen when you go straight into a lucid dream after falling asleep. You're lucid when the dream begins. It can take some practice, but once you get it, wild is one of the most reliable ways to lucid dream. The secret to wild is the anchor. The anchor is basically something simple that you pay attention to as your body falls asleep. It might be your breathing, the sound of a fan, or a song on loop. By paying a little attention to that one thing, your body falls asleep but your mind stays awake. Okay, here's exactly what you need to do. Wake up after 4 to 6 hours of sleep. But don't worry, you don't have to get up for an hour or whatever. You don't have to lose sleep. You can go to the bathroom or sit up in bed and write a few notes in your dream journal. You just want to be awake for a few minutes, just long enough so that you don't fall asleep the moment your head hits the pillow again. You want to give yourself a chance to actually do the wild. If you can wake up naturally by setting an intention when you go to bed, that's the best way. You know, just tell yourself you're going to wake up in 5 hours or so. Your body clock will usually make it happen. If that doesn't work, just set a quiet alarm. That's fine too. The reason you want to wake up after 4 to 6 hours is that this is the time you start having longer and more vivid dreams. This gives you a much better chance of going into a dream as soon as you fall asleep again. That's also why you shouldn't try to do a wild when you first go to sleep in the evening. At that point, you will not be entering dreams straight away. So yeah, save your wilds for the middle of the night and early mornings, when your brain is in prime dream mode. Okay, you're awake now after 4 to 6 hours and you've been to the bathroom, etc. Once you're back in bed, lie down in your usual sleeping position, whether it's on your back or your side. Close your eyes, get comfortable. You can now start gently paying attention to your anchor. This is the tricky bit. Let's say you decide to focus on some quiet music as you fall asleep. Don't make the mistake of focusing 100% on the music. This will keep you awake. 100% is the kind of attention you use for fighting the final boss in a video game. Instead, you want to use like 50% of your attention or even less. Kind of like when you're listening to a song while tidying your room, or watching a show you've already seen while you're texting your friend. You're aware of the show in the background, but you're barely tracking it. It's the same with the anchor. The anchor is not the main event. The main event is falling asleep. The anchor is just something your awareness gently holds on to. And even though I've said falling asleep is the main event, don't focus too much on that either. Just do what you normally do when you go back to sleep after a bathroom trip in the middle of the night. So as you drift off, it's totally fine to change sleeping positions, move your arms and legs or adjust your blanket or whatever. I mean, none of these things stop you falling asleep normally, right? So it's the same when you're trying to do a wild. The only difference now is that you're paying a bit of attention to your anchor. That's all. If you feel yourself starting to black out completely, then draw your attention back to your anchor just a little bit more. It's like walking a tightrope. If you're doing it right, you might start to notice some strange sensations, like floating or sinking or buzzing and vibrations. You might even feel like you're being pulled forward. This is all perfectly normal. There are signs your body is falling asleep. Just continue to relax and hold on to that tiny thread of awareness. Before long, you'll find yourself inside a dream and you're already lucid. Kind of like you've spawned or jumped straight into a lucid dream. Sometimes the dream scene might take a few moments to come together. It's like you've shown up to the party a little early. In that case, you just have to be patient and wait for the dream to form completely. If you're having trouble with all this at first, that's okay. It could be that you're focusing too much on your anchor, like I mentioned earlier, or it might be the opposite. You're not paying enough attention and you lose awareness too quickly. So the key is finding that balance. Another thing to watch out for is whether your anchor is too heavy or too light. By that, I mean the anchor itself is what makes you fall asleep too fast or keeps you awake too much. If listening to a song with lyrics keeps you wide awake every time, then that anchor is too light. Try switching to instrumental music or ambient sounds. If you're counting numbers and fall asleep every time before you even get to 10, then that's too heavy. In that case, choose a lighter anchor. This is the part that will take some experimentation. Find something that works for you. Here are a few anchors you can try. Counting slowly in your head, repeating a phrase like, "Am I dreaming?" You can also imagine a movement like a gentle rocking motion, or pay attention to hypnagogic imagery. Just remember, don't focus too much. Let me know what works for you. Good luck. Happy lucid dreaming!